These are my top 5 reasons on why you shouldn't join the military.
In the military will be for you no matter how many benefits you get.
Something I wish I knew before joining the Navy. Don't join the Navy.
People say they won't join the military. They attitudes.
Well, my friends, when you want to find out why people aren't joining the military, you go to a trusted source like TikTok. Let's go.
Baby, don't nobody care about y'all funky little attitudes. Attitude is one thing they ain't never had to worry about, because y'all gonna fall in line real quick. And the mom wants to be calling y'all everything but a child of God, but y'all scared to go to basic training.
Can you help me out here? Could someone translate? That's the beauty of the military, though, right? You walk into squad bay, you're the top bunk, the guy in the bottom bunk. You're like, I don't understand your accent. You're from New Hampshire. Maybe you're from Alabama. That's the fun part, right? Let's take a look. We're going to get into all these people. We got some good reasons, right? And I got some retorts, and I got some agreement.
Okay. If you scared, go to church. And to be honest, it really ain't that bad. Just do what you gotta do. Right. Then you be out of there. So, they don't want to be away from their family. Y'all family is the reason why y'all broke and struggling now. Ain't passing it down but bad genetics. Let's be for real now. Let's be for real. 3, they scared to go to war. And that's the most dumbest shit I done ever heard. Y'all could be out here thugging in the streets, but scared. And for one...
Wow, I don't know if she likes the military or not. I don't have the...
These are my top 5 reasons on why you shouldn't join the military. Reason number 1 is pay. We do not get paid enough for what we do. I'm not here to say that we get paid pennies. I'm just saying that we don't get paid enough to perform the mission that is tasked to us. Reason number 2, family. You will not see your family often. You might see them on holidays, and that's about it. I can elaborate. Reason number 3, school.
I'm wondering if he knew this before he joined. Like, today, young guys, people joining, they got all the information at their fingertips. They know the pay. They're going to be deployed. You could be working 18-hour days, sitting in Yuma, Arizona. That's just kind of the facts, right? Now, pay. You come in with no skills. You get trained up to do a job, and you get paid. Just like if you're an apprentice. You're an apprentice welder. You're doing the scut work first, and then you may move on. What I'm saying here is, I think the way everything's going, whether you work at Duke Power or you work at the military, there's diversity classes, the same thing. I think for a lot of these guys, they're missing the point. They come to the table with nothing, and they take advantage of the military. They can leave with something, at least knowing what you don't like.
Schooling. Now, I know you're like, whoa, that was a benefit, but it's requirements you have to meet first to be able to get to that schooling. So if you're thinking about joining because of schooling, just go to school. Reason number 4, if you're a parent. Now, if you join single and get married and then have kids, that's one thing. But if you're already having a child and you're thinking about joining, don't. You got to think about it. Boot camp is between 6 to 8 weeks. After boot camp, you go to school. That's between 10 days to a year. After that, you go to deployment. That's between 8 months to 9 months. Think about how much time you miss with your child.
Yeah, I'm sure these people who are joining the military, the pool of candidates that are joining the military that have a kid, have a lot of options out there. We be honest about that? I suspect if you're 19-year-old, 20-year-old, you got a kid, your options are small. Let's just go. Let's be practical. Let's be honest about it. So I see a lot of people in the military over the years, particular women, that came in, this is the best they could do. At 18, they come in, they have 4 kids. So there's about 8 years where they're pregnant, they're healing up, they're getting better, whatever. They never go anywhere because they're, this new kid, and it could be great seamen in this case, or sailors, but no other job does that work like that. I'm not simping for the military, but come on, man, what are you bringing to the table?
Reason number 5, you do not have 100% say on what you want to do. And I can elaborate.
Well, you don't have 100% say in what you can do in a lot of jobs. My wife was just getting a job, a temporary doctor job, right? She had to give blood, urine, and a hair sample for the job. Now, she's in the military, now on the reserve side, but yet she still had to go through that. So she can't just go out and smoke the wacky tobacco like it's a big party or do nose candy. I mean, so it's kind of to grow up a little bit, like what the real world's like. You think you got flexibility, but do you really? Is it wildly different? Let's take a look at the next one.
I knew before joining the Navy. Don't join the Navy. Don't join the Navy. Don't join the military. Exhaust every single fucking option you have, whether it be learning a trade, getting a job, going to school. This has to be your last fucking option because you are being exploited. If you've already joined, do the bare minimum. I know that makes me
exploited. What are you bringing to the table? Most people aren't getting deployed. Most people aren't going to combat. So they're training you, right, to do a job. It could be any organization. They want to get something out of you. So like if they trained you to be a welder at Boeing, they're going to want something out of you at some point, right? Now, there's no free lunch. So she may not like it. Exploited for most people. I'm talking about most people here. That's what these statements are. Average Joe ham and egger joins the Air Force for 4 years, 6 years, learn how to fix planes. Are they exploited? I don't think so.
Makes me sound like a piece of shit, but at the end of the day, if you're the same rank as someone who has a fucking desk job and you have a very physically strenuous job, do the bare minimum. Do what you are fucking asked to do. Don't go above and beyond. Don't be a kiss ass. Don't do none of that shit. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much more work you do than that person that has a desk job. Y'all are going to get paid the same. Also, learn to save your money.
But that's the same in any government job. So what she's saying, describing, is a government job. Where average, they give a raise of 3%, and the person to be fired gets a raise of 3%. You're outstanding, you get a raise of 3%. I just call working for the government or any big organization. It doesn't strike me as a military thing, right? Most people who just kind of coast by, they tend to be lifers. People who don't put a lot of effort in. I know some outstanding people, don't get me wrong. I know some great guys who retired, but coasting by, being the gray man, ain't the worst thing in the world. Give her, okay, maybe she's right there.
Be financially responsible. I had 4 roommates, that way I could pocket half my BAH. Do not go to a dealership right off base to buy a car. They're also going to exploit you. Or just, make sure you do your research before you buy a car. Make sure if you get a loan, make sure it has a low interest rate. Do not your coworkers. And if you do, be discreet. No one needs to know that you slept with 15.
Sounds like a lot of this shit just what young people learn, getting burned by car dealers. Any young person, in this case with a job, they're getting paid once a month. You're going to get burned, right? Is it the military? Easy to blame for your path in life. You don't like it. Now, if you take it and you go, I hate all these things about the military. I'm going to go out and start my own business. You're like that with it. It's an experience. You compressed a bunch of experiences in a short period of time. Like, I hate this, I hate that, or I like this, I like that. I'm going to take that and run with it. But, the best and the brightest typically are going into the military, right? I mean, you find some. I met some of the smartest guys, the dumbest guys I ever met in the Marine Corps, across the board. But most of those people that are getting groomed by their parents, go to prep schools, and they're not joining the military, the Navy in this case. I don't know what she's expecting.
Before you head to the recruiting office, watch this video.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 3 cons of joining the military that some people find negative, some people find positives. Me personally, I see.
What dumbass would do these videos with their name showing? I just don't get that. At some point, the UCMJ is not regular law. You can get burned for this, shunned for this. You're shitting on the military, shitting on any employer. You have to go, wait a second, it's a good idea. There may not be a rule against it, but there's no free speech in the military. There's no free speech if you work for Walmart and you go out shitting on Walmart. They may fire you because you're shitting on the company. They could find 1,000 reasons to let you go.
I see them as positives for the way my personality is structured, but if you're not that type of person, the military won't be for you no matter how many benefits you get. If you do not like your freedom being suppressed a little, not really, I wouldn't join the military. Like, you're not going to be able to say whatever you want to say. You're not going to be able to do whatever you want to do. You have to watch your mouth. I've literally been counseled because of a TikTok video. So, like, there you
call it any job, young man. You can't just say whatever you want to say. I don't care if you work for Joe's pool company. You go up to Joe and you start talking smack about his company or about him or about his wife, you're fired. I mean, the military will take the very subpar, and you can make 30 years in the military. Not too many organizations where they don't say, get the fuck out of here, you're a shitbag. I mean, so there is some benefits for certain people in the military. Just the average dude wants to come in. Yeah, there's some deployments and shit, but come on, like privacy, time, what you can say. Come on now.
go with that. You will never get rich. You will live comfortably, but you will never get rich. It is impossible to get rich in the military. 4-star generals aren't rich. They feel like they're rich, but they're not rich.
But would these people get rich otherwise? Are they going to get rich if they didn't go in? They'd be next Bill Gates, Elon Musk, most people, me included. I somehow there's a lot of complaining, and I get it. What's going on with the administration? Thanks for being here. Make sure to go follow me on Locals. Support the cause. But what would they have done otherwise? What job? They wouldn't have say they went to college and they had a degree in gender studies. Okay, no job. Good luck at Starbucks. They were a welder. But you hear this, just go get a trade school. They're not doing it. So the military is forcing them to do something, doing a job. If they take that bit of information after one pump and they go out and do something with it, yeah, they can go far, but you get a lot of complaining, man, on TikTok. I'm not saying it's a panacea. I'm not saying the military hasn't changed a lot. I know I'm disconnected, right? But it hasn't changed a lot. I talk to guys all the time who are getting after 20, 30 years, young guys right out of boot camp, young guys right now, they're going through finished up RASP, guys that are in. And I hear this information, and they're young, so their perspective is different in the beginning, right? But they know what their alternatives are. And if they make something out of it, take what you can get. But if you go work for the federal government, it's the same kind of bullshit. Maybe not deployments, but the same kind of, you can't say what you want. The pay is going to suck. On and on and on. Let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, I know people aren't happy with the administration and forever wars, but most people aren't going to those forever wars. They're sitting somewhere, like I said, in Yuma, Arizona, in a shipping container in front of a computer. Thanks for being here.